Hi, and welcome back to the Modern Hippie Girl podcast. If you are going through perimenopause, or if you know somebody that is, or you are about to, you need to listen to this episode. I'm here to tell you that your menopausal journey does not have to look like the disasters that you hear on a constant basis. There is a way to holistically balance your body before you get into menopause so that your menopausal journey does not have to be as bad as we hear about. So let's get into it. If you listen to my fertility episode, you will know that our menopausal journey is determined by the state of our adrenals. Because once our ovaries no longer are producing eggs and dropping eggs and all the eggs are dried up, our adrenals are what takes over for our sexual hormones. Okay? If you're somebody who is chronically stressed out and your adrenals are firing on all cylinders all the time and you are in constant fight or flight mode and your cortisol levels are through the roof, that is just going to make your adrenals be that much more in a bad state, which is going to determine what kind of symptoms that you are going to have while you're in menopause. Good news is there's things that we can do to really balance your body before you go into menopause so that you do not experience all of the things that we hear about. Horrible hot flashes, weight gain, sleeplessness, just not being able to function like you once were. There are so many things that we can do, but you need to do them now, okay? If you are in perimenopause or you're about to be in perimenopause, the sooner that you can start these things, the better, because you're already reversing the things that are going to determine what you are going to have as symptoms in your menopausal journey. I think we all kind of thought that we kind of get what we get when we're in menopause. Like it's just the luck of the draw. And a lot of women always say, well, my mom, had this, and this. So I know I'm going to have this, and this, right? If you listen to my last episode where we talk about kids' health, these are all generational choices. We learn how we treat our bodies from our parents, and we just keep that going. So making changes that are going to be better for yourself and for your kids and for your grandkids is only going to change that trajectory, right? So if we start doing things now that are going to be better for us in the long run, then that is going to change the menopausal journey for our granddaughters and our daughters and so on and so forth. What are some things that we can do right now to really, really help our bodies? One of the biggest things that you can do is manage your stress. Okay? Because we just talked about the state of your adrenals being a huge determining factor, doing a lot of work on your nervous system is going to be key. Go back and listen to my stress episode. There are so many tools on that episode that you can use, but we need to really start prioritizing breath work, meditation, doing calming workouts instead of really hard workouts, not drinking caffeine after noon. Okay. As we get older, caffeine affects our body different. And when we are drinking caffeine after 12 p.m., it's really going to have an effect on her circadian rhythm. And we need our circadian rhythm to be on point for our adrenal glands to be functioning properly. Okay. If you are exhausted constantly, your adrenals are just going to be pumping out adrenaline to keep you going. Okay. So we need to really, really try to cut back on caffeine. And I know that it's hard for a lot of people because they say, well, by 2 or 3 o'clock, I'm exhausted. Okay, well, that's where we're going to start talking about nutrition. Nutrition is going to be the reason why you're so tired, besides not getting sleep at the 2 or 3 o'clock mark. If you're eating complex carbs, bread and tortillas and rice and all the things that really take take your stomach a lot of energy to process, you are going to feel tired. It's going to give you blood sugar roller coaster spikes. So as we get older, we really need to cut back on our complex carbohydrates. Okay. I'm sorry, our refined carbohydrates. We should be eating more complex carbohydrates, which is the good carbs, not the bad carbs. When we eat less bad carbs, we have more energy. If you've ever talked to anybody that does keto, they're like, oh my gosh, I have so much energy right now, because your body's literally not taking all of that energy to break down your food, unless you're eating things like steaks and stuff like that all the time. But steaks, being that it takes 72 hours to break that food down, if you're pairing that with potato and bread and a lot of carbs, it's going to take more energy than if you just ate the steak by itself. Does that make sense? So the less refined carbs that we could eat and the more good carbs we can eat, like vegetables, is going to be much, much, much better for us. We really, really need to do all the things to try to balance our blood sugar. If you don't know how to do that, go listen to my blood sugar episode. I give you all the tips and tricks on how to do that. If you have the ability to get a consistent glucose monitor, a CGM, that goes on the back of your arm, 100% go do that. It is eye-opening. It is so telling on what you're eating and how it's affecting you, how sleep is affecting you, your blood sugar, how stress is affecting your blood sugar. It's just, I feel like every single person should do it for at least 3 months. And then cutting down on alcohol. And I know that, as we get older and we have kids that are older, or, we're getting to a place where we don't have as much responsibility as we once did because our kids are older and we're like, I can finally chill and, relax and have more fun. Alcohol really, really, really increases your hot flashes. Okay. So cutting down on sugar, carbs, and alcohol are really, really going to help with hot flashes. I feel like that is one of the number one complaints that I get besides weight gain in perimenopause and menopause is hot flashes. If you are struggling with hot flashes, cut out alcohol altogether, cut sugar out of your life and bad carbs. I'm telling you, it will change your life. These are your adrenals saying, I cannot call the shots for your body anymore. I do not have enough energy to break down these things in your body. If you cut them out, it doesn't have to do as much work, right? Another thing that you can do is focus on recalibrating your circadian rhythm. Sleep, and I talked about this in the sleep episode, is the mecca of making sure that your body can fire on all cylinders. We all know this. If we do not get enough sleep, we are just not okay the next day. We need to be getting enough sleep to function. I mean, we all remember when we had babies and we had newborns and we were so exhausted and we were like, I can't even function. I don't even know what to do. After a long time of just not getting enough sleep and not getting enough sleep, it just really wears down on your body. So making sure that you are focusing on really, really loving on your circadian rhythm is only going to help you that much more, because like I said before, the more melatonin that your body is creating on its own, the better your body is able to process stress. And like we just talked about, you need your adrenals to be firing on all cylinders. And if your body does not have the capacity to take care of your stress, and you cannot get out of fight or flight mode and get back into rest and digest, you are just going to have worse symptoms when you're in menopause. I feel like a broken record because I feel like every single time I talk about how you can holistically heal anything, I'm talking about the same things: nutrition, sleep, stress regulation, body movement, blood sugar regulation, gut health. It's because these are the core foundation for holistically healing your body. It's the same no matter what you're going through. whether it's to reverse weight loss resistance, to get rid of an autoimmune disease, to help balance your PCOS, to help regulate your periods, to sleep better, to get rid of gut health issues. It doesn't matter what it is. All of these things are the things that you need to concentrate on in order for these things to work properly. Everything works synergistically, and you can't just work on your blood sugar or just work on your gut health or just work on your sleep. You have to work on all of them at the same time. And I know it sounds like a lot and it sounds like daunting, and it's just like, well, what's the point? I'd rather just take a hormone replacement, and that is what it is. When you're taking hormone replacements, even though they are effective, you're not doing anything to repair your body. We want to do things that are going to repair our body so that we have the ability to bounce back after menopause and have longevity and feel sprightly as we get older and not feel more tired, less energy, less like we can participate in things. We want to be able to be at our best. And all of these things are how we're going to get there. If it seems daunting and it seems overwhelming, this is why I created my program, because I wanted to give you guys a manual in order to understand the steps to take so that you could get there, so that when you're going through all of this stuff and you're needing guidance and you're feeling overwhelmed and you don't know where to turn and you don't know where to start, I'm giving you all the tools and all the information, all the education, everything, the coaching, everything that you need so that you can give yourself a fighting chance to get to a better place. Are you sick and tired of feeling sick and tired? The Modern Hippie Girl Reset is a 3-phase holistic wellness program designed to help women reconnect with their bodies and create real, lasting health from the inside out. In this program, you'll get precise meal plans, hormone and gut healing protocols, stress management tools, blood sugar balancing tips, and an extensive holistic health education to help you keep your results for life. Plus, there's optional personalized coaching to support you every step of the way. If you've been feeling off, overwhelmed, or stuck, this is how we'll get back to feeling like your best self again. Check out all of our programs at modernhippiegirlwellness.com. We're going to go through a couple of things that are specific that you can do in order to really, really help yourself. One of the things that you can do is eat more cruciferous vegetables to help combat estrogen. Okay, as we go into our perimenopause stage of life, our estrogen levels are all over the map, right? Okay, so we really, really need to eat more cruciferous vegetables, which is like broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy, Brussels sprouts. Those are really, really, really going to help your body process estrogen properly. And then if you are somebody who doesn't have enough estrogen and you are more progesterone dominant, you're going to want to eat more foods that have phytoestrogens. And this is like soy and miso, tofu, edamame. These are going to be things that are going to be a phytoestrogen for your body to get a source of estrogen in your body. So we need foods that have more of these minerals. So that is things like leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, cacao seeds, seaweed. All of these are going to be amazing for you to add to your diet. We just need to make sure that we're getting them daily. Making sure that you have a balanced plate every single meal is going to be a game changer for your blood sugar. Protein, good carbs, good fats, and vegetables. Having those 4 things on your plate at every single meal are going to be a game changer. And if you listen to my blood sugar episode, you know that eating in sequence is your best friend. Okay? So we want to make sure that we are having all 4 of those things in sequence, the correct sequence, to make sure that your blood sugar is on point. I think we know this. As we age, we have more wrinkles, right? And we feel like our body is just not doesn't have the elasticity that it did before. It's not as plump as it was before. We are seeing our skin is thinning out. Staying hydrated is going to be so helpful. I would say that at least one of the waters that you drink every single day, one of the 8 ounces glasses of waters, or one of the waters that you make yourself, should be filled with electrolytes. I would even say more of them as we get older. We are so depleted of electrolytes. We need to be literally hydrating on a deeper level because water itself is not able to do that anymore. Other things that you can also take that will really help with giving your body what it needs to stay hydrated is mineral broths, red clover, peppermint, and nettle. These are all really great for keeping your body hydrated so that it's staying in a place where it's not feeling fatigued. I think that most of us struggle with drinking enough water, but if you can mix it up and drink peppermint tea, and you can make waters with different fruits in them, or I don't know about you, but sometimes just putting ice in my water when normally I drink room temperature water just changes it up for me and it's exciting for me to drink. I love making cucumber water. I mean, whatever you have to do to get your water in, get it in, but electrolytes in at least one of your waters. And I'm talking about real electrolytes, not the electrolytes that are filled with sugar and a bunch of processed stuff that is not good for your body. I'm talking real electrolytes. I have one that I love that is literally just pure electrolytes that I just put in my water. I'm not going to lie. It's not these fruity, crazy ones that everybody's drinking now, but it's literally, it tastes like salt water because it's essentially what electrolytes are because of, the sodium and the potassium and everything that's in them. But they're so effective. I feel like it out of all the electrolytes I've ever drank in my life, this one literally made me feel a change in my body within like 10 minutes. Like it was crazy. It's so effective, but it's pure electrolytes. We talked about nervous system regulation, other things that you can do for helping with your nervous system that aren't breath work and meditation is grounding. Okay, walking in grass, walking in the dirt, getting out in nature. These are all going to be really helpful for your nervous system. Activating your vagus nerve is going to be super effective for helping you get your adrenals back to a good place. Journaling is huge. Get it out of your brain and onto the paper so that you don't have it weighing on your shoulders. Okay. The more that we can get the stuff out that is holding us down, the better. So things like somatic exercises are going to be game changers. If you don't know anything about somatic exercises, have you ever watched a deer when it's gotten attacked by an animal but then escaped? The first thing that it does when it gets up to like go back to life, it shakes. It shakes it all out. It's shaking out the trauma of what just happened to it. We have situations we deal with pretty much on a daily basis that are stressful and traumatic and are just weighing a lot on our conscience. And we just keep going. We don't stop and shake it off. We don't take it and get it out of our body. We literally just suppress it, push it down, got to get going, got to do the rest of the day. I'm not, going to stop doing what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep moving forward. That is not good for our nervous system. Go on YouTube, the Better Me app, where you can literally follow. It's kind of like an exercise program where they show you how to do all these somatic exercises to get this out of your system. And it's super effective. Like you feel light as air once you're done. There's also somatic yoga where you're sitting in specific positions to really help your body release trauma. I always refer this as a type of exercise for any of my clients that come in that have unreleased trauma, because they can do all the things that I suggest for them to do, but if they still have repressed trauma that they have not processed yet, everything's going to eventually come back and get back to the way it was. So they really need to let that out. And somatic yoga is a great option for when you're working out, but trying to still do something that's calm so you can help your nervous system and you're also processing your trauma. So really, really focusing on your nervous system, I would say, is like one of the biggest things you can do to change your menopausal journey. If you're already in menopause, 100% you should be focusing on your nervous system every single day and trying to get it to the best place that you possibly can. And I know that that's a lot to ask when you're going through all the things and you just feel like your body has let you down and it's not working anymore, but you need to give it love for it to give you love. Okay? So we just put it through the ringer our whole life, and now it's just working on what it has left, and we need to give it more so that it can give us like a better menopause journey, right? And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about is detoxing. So, if you are somebody who isn't big on doing detoxes on the regular basis, or if you have the MTHFR gene, or if you're somebody who drinks a lot, really focusing on getting your liver to a good place, because our liver is the one organ that everything processes through. We need to get our liver as healthy as we can. Our liver is like one of the only organs that can repair itself. So, by doing small changes to really give your liver some love, it's going to make huge changes for you. It does not take a long time to repair your liver unless you like have like cirrhosis or something. But for the most part, just cutting alcohol out for a few months and drinking like detox teas and taking glutathione and taking supplements that are going to flush our liver out, like dandelions root, things like that, is going to be so helpful. And the reason that we even talk about this is because when we are using anything like the detox teas or glutathione or anything like that, it's going to help our body metabolize estrogen better. The better that our liver state is, the better that our body can metabolize estrogen. And if you're somebody who's estrogen dominant, this is going to be a game changer for you. So, for people that are looking for additional support in detoxing, you can do saunas, you can do hot baths, you can do ionic foot baths, anything to release the toxins out of your body is going to be a game changer. The opposite of that, where it's not water, is dry brushing. Dry brushing is going to be really, really great for just getting your lymphatic system activated and helping your metabolism and letting go of inflammation, which is also releasing toxins. All of these things are going to be just a game changer for really helping your body be able to fire on all cylinders and not be in pain anymore. Oh, and the last thing, okay, I was like looking at my notes. I'm like, I there's so many things that we can do. There's so many things. This is why I not only do my podcast episodes, but I also post every single day of that week about all the things that you can do to support whatever that subject is for that podcast that week, because there's just so much information that goes with holistic healing that I want to make sure I hit it on all the ones that are going to be the most beneficial for you. But the last thing is limiting your toxin exposure. I really, really want to do a zero waste episode because zero waste is a huge part of my life. I switched all of the toxic things out of my life. Instead of using plastic Tupperware, we use glass. Instead of, using plastic utensils when we cook, we use wood ones. Instead of using plastic cutting boards, we use wood. Just doing the things that you can do to minimize the toxin exposure that you are in. On top of that, there's switching your laundry detergent and your fabric softener so that they're the non-toxic versions. You're using wool balls instead of dryer sheets, and you're using essential oils on your wool balls instead of dryer sheets. Doing as much as you can to lower your toxic load is just going to help your liver repair itself that much faster, which is going to help your body go through menopause that much better. So, really, really focusing on all of those things are going to be helpful. And I'm going to do a zero waste episode because I feel like we are thinking that this is just an environmental thing that we need to, stop using, Tupperware that is plastic and heating it up in the microwave, because then we're getting microplastics, and there's more to it than the environmental thing. It's really, really hindering our bodies, our hormones. It's so heavy on our liver. We really need to understand this subject better, because when we know better, we do better, right? And then there are some herbs that are going to be really, really great for you, and they're going to help you out so much. So, adaptogens, like I said, we're focusing on our stress. So, ashwagandha, maca, rhodiola, holy basil, really, really going to help with stress and energy. Herbs like lemon balm, skullcap, lavender are going to help with sleep. Black cohosh and red clover are going to really, really help with hot flashes. Omega 3s are going to just be essential as we get older, because they help lubricate our joints, and we need them for heart health. The number one killer for women is heart disease. So the more that we can support our heart, the better. Vitamin D and K2 is going to only help with bone density and immune health. And then B complex and magnesium are really going to help you with balancing your mood, your hormone balance, and being able to keep energy stable throughout the day. Whew, that's a lot. But I wanted to make sure that I was hitting on all of these, because these are so key to take every day to help you have everything that you need to support your hormones so that you can have a better menopause journey. And starting in perimenopause is the best time to do so. I think that was it. But gosh, there are so many things that we can do to help our perimenopausal journey. It's just about knowing what they are, implementing them, reaching out, asking questions. If you would rather just do my program so that you can get guidance through this whole process, that's what it's there for. But I hope that this was helpful. And I'm here to tell you that your perimenopause and menopause journeys do not have to suck. There are so many things that we can do to holistically serve our bodies so that we can feel better and essentially just skate through menopause without it being awful. Okay, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for hopping on. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Send this episode to somebody who fell on your heart. The more that we share, the more that we help others. Okay, I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!